Okay, so let's turn to page 88. Let's look at example. Sorry. Hello. Sorry, class. But just now you can hear me, correct? I just muted myself, correct? Okay. So step 1 and step 2, if you look at your book, step 1, they say draw a large clear diagram of the situation. That means when you read the question, you're supposed to translate it into a diagram. Correct? So that you can form the formula. So step 1 and step 2, I cannot help you. You have to read the question and try to translate the question into mathematical form. Are you clear? Then step 3, step 4 is what we have learned before. Okay, so let's look at page 88. Can you please go to page 88? Okay, can we look at example 14? Okay, you look at example 14, you try to figure out how to get the answer without looking at the answer first. Give yourself a chance to try to form the formula. So do you see, the question says, find the shape of the largest rectangle which can be inscribed. Largest rectangle. That means you want to know the size of the rectangle. So you want to find the area. Okay, so now you have to find the area of the rectangle based on the information given. You try to figure out without looking at the answer. Then I will try to explain to you. Okay, I inscribe a rectangle. Okay, so I label the center of the semicircle as 0 and I name this rectangle as ABCD. Sorry. Okay, so they say find the shape of the largest rectangle. So the word largest rectangle. Okay, I translate it as biggest area. Can or not? So when you want to find the area of the rectangle, so I write down area of the rectangle. Okay. A is the area of the rectangle is AB times AD. Correct? But I have to put it in terms of certain value. So I let AB be X. Up to me. So it's up to me. Or I can let AD be X. Okay, and this question, if you look at the example given, they let the OD be X. Why? Can you tell me why they let OD be X instead of AD be X? Okay, instead of OD be X, can you tell me? Why they don't want? Okay, yes.
OD, because OD and DC, you can use Pythagoras theorem to get, you can use Pythagorean theorem from OC to obtain OC, using OC and OD to obtain CD.
Yes, because the only information that you know about this question is the diameter of the semicircle. Am I right? The only information you know that the diameter is equal to 20 cm. So radius will be equal to 10 cm. Am I right? So if I join O to C, that's why I know this is 10. So when you want to let something, okay, so what you need to do is you have to know which one. So in this case, instead of let AD be X, I can do so. If I let AD be X, OD will be X over 2. That's it. Nothing wrong. Am I right? Do you get me? So now they let OD be equal to X. Correct? So in whatever formula, what you need to do is you can only have two variables. One variable is the area, the other variable will be X. So I must think of a way to write CD in terms of X. So now OD is equal to X, so my AD will be equal to 2X. So I put that. My AD is 2X. So you see how they do it? So you can only have one variable. Sorry. So this is 2X. 2X I write. Ay. Right? So if I let CD or AB be equal to Y, so if I put here Y, I cannot differentiate this because there are three variables, A, Y, and X. Cannot. So I must think of a way to replace Y with X. Are you clear? So that is how you go. You just write like that, nothing wrong. So now you have to think of a way to replace your Y with X. So what you will think of? The moment you see a right angle triangle, you definitely think of Pythagoras theorem. So the shortest is equal to square root of the longest square minus the other shorter square. That is how I remember Pythagoras theorem. Okay? Are you okay? Okay, good. So now I form the equation between the area in terms of X only. That is
Yes, you're muted again.
what is the shortest length for X? 0. Am I right? If X is here, if D is here, then the value of X, okay. I draw like that. I draw a semicircle for you to see. If my O and D both are here, what is the length for X? 0. Okay. If my O is here, my D is here, so what is the length of X?
10.
10. So that will be the domain for X. So in this style of cases, find the domain, it doesn't mean that you have to use whatever I have taught you. Do you get me? Do you get me? You don't have to use whatever I have taught you. Are you clear? You don't have to. You just, based on the situation, you judge the domain. Do you get me? So domain is very important. Your x cannot go beyond 10, but the minimum value of x is 0. Actually, I will know what is the minimum of x, even without looking at the diagram, because measurement of length is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity, the lowest value is 0. Like time, when we learn in kinematic. Are you okay? Got it? So I don't have to go back to the square root there and find in this case. Don't have to waste your time. Okay, done with the domain. Okay, the formula. So you see your textbook. So step 1, step 2 done. Okay, now we go to step 3. Okay, if you look at the step 3 answer from your textbook, what rules are they using? What rules are they using? Products rule. Can I do this without products rule? Aha. Can I do this without products rule? I can. Still remember I told you I can do it without products rule? Can or not? And today I'm going to teach you another way of doing it. Okay, listen. I'm going to do it different from your textbook. The textbook one, you can have a look at it. I can let step 3, only for this type of function, not for everyone, please. Step 3. So I'm going to let kx, what happened? Is it because my hand touched the screen? Kx equal to, now okay, Kx equal to Ax, the whole thing squared. Okay, so I create a new function. So my Ax is this, correct? Yep. Okay. When Kx is maximum, Ax will be maximum also. Agree? When a square of something is maximum, that thing must be maximum so that it can produce a square that is maximum, correct? So I'm based on this concept. Okay, so now if I square this, you look, I will have 4x squared times 100 minus x squared. Am I right? So this is my kx. So when I expand this, I will have 400 x squared minus 4x to the power of 4. Am I right? So now if I differentiate this, is it easy? 800x minus 16x cubed. See or not? Equate equal to 0. So this is another skill that we can take for this type of function. A product of something that is with square root. If there's a plus and minus, don't do that, okay, please? So that will be x times 800 minus x squared, 16x squared equal to 0. So x equal to 0 or x squared equal to 800 over 16. Yeah. So x will be equal to 800, 100 over 2, 50. Square root of 50, because x must be greater than 0. So now you draw the side diagram of k prime x. Yeah. Since the question say maximum, correct, you don't have to specially go and test for the sign. Because they want the proof, we just draw it for the proof. So this is a plus, this is a minus. So you see, it's so much faster. Are you clear? So this is another technique. Get me? Hello? When you have something times by square root of something, so you want to get it of the square root so that the differentiation will be much easier. So you square the whole thing. You let kx be something, then you differentiate that. When kx is maximum, ax also is maximum because kx is related to ax. Got it? This is a technique. Are you okay? Good. So the rest you can have a look at it. So the largest rectangle which can be inscribed is, okay, look. Whatever they mention in the answer there, if you look at page 89, that is called dimension. Can you please write down under your step 6? That's called the dimension of the rectangle. Dimension. D-I-M-E-N-S-I-O-N, dimension. When the question asks for dimension, listen here. 2D, you must give me like rectangle or square. Okay, you must give me the length of the side. Like square, you can say a square of side because square got 4 equal sides. So you just say the length of the side of the square is what? Got enough. That's the dimension. If it's a circle, you have to tell me the dimension is the radius. Okay? Can or not? If the triangle, the dimension, you may give me the 3 sides or the base and the height. Parallelogram is the 2 sides. 2 pairs of parallel sides. Are you clear? Okay. If it's a 3D shape, listen here carefully. If it's a 3D shape, if it's a sphere, you only give me the radius when I ask for dimension. If it's a cylinder, you're supposed to give me the radius of the base and the height. If it's a cuboid, you have to tell me the length, the breadth, and the height. Are you clear? Those online?
Yes.
If it's a cone, the dimension will be the radius and the height. Are you clear? That is called dimension. So 3D got 3 dimensions. 2D got 2 dimensions. 3D for cone, like for example, if you have 3D shape, it can have length, can have area, can have volume. That's why 3 dimensions. 4D? 4th dimension. What is that dimension? Dimension of time. Albert Einstein theory of relativity. If you travel at the speed of light, something happened. You can be back to the future. All right? But can you travel at the speed of light? Why not?
No,
Why not? Why not? How do you know?
because you can't travel because you would need an infinite force to propel you at the speed of light.
If I can
And
create the spot force, then I can go, Lord.
but it is an infinite force though.
How
You have
do you
also
know it's infinite spot force? You haven't tried yet.
the Lorentz factor.
Huh?
The Lorentz factor.
Yeah, I know. That is the theory of relativity. So when I read the question, I will just read, I draw. I purposely draw the pipeline in blue. So that is something that I need to find. Okay, then how far should point X from M so that AX plus XB is minimized? So I let it be. So I let how far. I'm going to translate this. I'm going to use a unknown variable to represent the distance of XM. So I let XM be equal to X. Next, always something that you don't know, you put as X, correct? If you don't like, in this case, put an X, up to you, whatever you want to put alphabet. As long as not D, because afterward we have to differentiate dy, dx, that kind of things. Are you clear? So I put this as X. If this XM is X, can you tell me what is XN?
5 minus F.
Yes, you are right. 5 minus X. So you see, that is how you read the question and how you put it. So I want the total length, right? So I let LX be equal to AX plus XB, the pipeline. So how to get AX? If you see a right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem. You want to find a longer one, correct? The square of the two shorter one. Got it? XB, also Pythagoras theorem. This is here is 5 minus X. Done. Sienna? Okay? Then you expand, then you differentiate, then you get the answer. And this case, I will not use just now the method because there is a plus. Clear? So I will just differentiate it separately. Okay, now you continue with your differentiation. Four plus X squared plus 26 minus 10X plus X squared. I hope you know what am I doing. You expand the 5 minus X squared. Okay, that is how you expand. You can expand at the side. Okay, so you got 25 minus 10X plus X squared. So 25 plus 1, 26. Got it? So because if you expand inside here, correct? After that, you have to write everything all over again. You waste a lot of your time writing. Are you okay? So now, please differentiate. I want to see. Okay, everyone listen here. If you see in the square root, there is a plus or minus. Never ever touch whatever is in the square root. Get me? If you see a plus or a minus here, so that means please don't touch whatever inside. You cannot simplify anything. Get me? Okay. So I have no choice to differentiate this using chain rule. Bring down the power, copy down the whole thing. Power take away 1 time by the derivative of whatever inside. Plus, repeat the same thing. See? Then 2x minus 10. Okay. L is minimum when L prime x is equal to 0. Am I right? So I write this one as, okay, if anything that you can simplify, please simplify first. If you don't want, also nothing wrong. So I will write this. This is my L prime x. So I will write 2x divided by, because power negative, square root of x squared plus 4 plus x minus 5 divided by square root of x squared minus 10x plus 26.
Teacher,
Huh?
I think on top supposed to have no 2. For the 2x, maybe got
Okay. Thank you. Yes, you are right. X. Yeah. So equal to 0. So how to solve this manually? Look, I will transfer one of them to the other side. So if you transfer, the negative will become positive, the positive will become negative, all right? So I will write 5 minus x divided by square root of. When you do this, left-hand side is 1 term, right-hand side is 1 term. So to make my calculation easier, I square both sides. Clear? So this is one of the technique. Yep. So I will get x squared divided by x squared plus 4 is equal to 5 minus x, the whole thing square, divided by x squared minus 10x plus 26. Okay. So you see, it's very difficult to solve from here. So you have to expand and so on and so forth, correct? Okay, so I want to teach you a method. Still remember your solver? Remember your solver? So you can use your solver to help you to do. So in this case, what is the domain? X is between 0 and 5. Because x cannot go beyond 5 kilometers. So what you can do is, actually, you can put into your domain, you can put into your solver, correct? You can put into your solver. Listen here. What you need to do, you key this into your y1. And this is your y2. Still remember how to type in your y2? So if they say show algebraically, you write this step, then you can put down the solution straight away using your solver. So you get by calculus, you get all the marks already. The way to solve here, let the calculator handle it. Because if I want to continue here solving, correct, it's going to be very tedious. And you can kill your interest. Are you clear? So you try to key this into your y1. Your y2 is dx, y1, xx. Then you go quick from there, you go to your solver. See whether you can get the answer or not. And those like challenging, you can go back and try to solve this manually. SpecMax student. So I'm teaching these methods for SpecMax student, okay? So even non-SpecMax student, you are interested in solving, yeah, algebraically, you can go ahead and try. Cannot get, then you tell me, I will solve it for you. Solver give you the answer. If power half, why don't you just put square root? Sometimes you're keen and you're just literally, hey, I want to settle all your kepala already, I tell you. You're really key in half, huh? You're supposed to key in this one, okay, like that. Easier to key in. Apa cerita ni? You key this into your y1. No, ayo, jalan sehala. So say key in one, you key in exactly, and you cannot key in square root. So much easier, am I right? 3.33, right? You got 3.33, you see? So that's why I say, you don't want to stress out yourself in the exam, correct? 3.33, do you get 3.33 solver? Hey. Yeah, you're still not familiar with the solver, all of you. Oh, right. Okay. Why you put y7 equal to y8? No. Okay, y7. So I'm supposed to say y8 equal to 0, right? So you go to your solver. One side is y8, one side is 0. So when you put in your solver, one side is E1 is y2, E2 is 0. Because I want L prime x equal to 0, am I right? Can you please start again square root, using square root? Using square root, don't put 1/2, using square root. You see correctly or not? Y1 equals to 0, it's over. Y1. Okay, a lot of time you cannot get the answer. So those online, can you get the answer? So you get your x is equal to 3.33. So if they want exact value, correct? You must be smart enough. 3.33 is 3 1/3. Aha, exact value. All right. So you must be smart enough to use your graphic calculator to help you to relax in class. When you see like that, you want to solve, right? You half better gone. All right.
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah. So yes.
No, I still can't use solver like E1. What should I put in E1 and E2?
You can't use solver, you come for physical law. That's why I say, then only I can help you. Just now I help your friend key wrongly.
What the?
If your Y1 is this, your Y2 is D over dx, Y1 X over X. X equal to X. So you key in your E1 as Y2. You key in your E2 as 0. Then you start to solve. Are you okay?
Okay.
You just put in any random number between 0 and 5. If you cannot get 3.33, go back and check the formula that you type in. Always something wrong with the formula that you type in. So that's why I say every time before you start using the formula that you type into the graphic calculator, please double check. If not, you will make me crazy and make yourself crazy. Okay? So please solve the problem. If any problem you cannot solve tomorrow, I will teach you how to solve. Okay? Class, thank you. Okay, group 2, agree, tomorrow we go full online. Okay, Anna? Any objection? So no objection means okay, Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
thanks.
Wow, so happy, you see.
Thank you, Miss.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Happy holiday.
Holiday already, everyone so happy.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yay, thank you. Hey, what did you try not to put in other place? Try to put, just stay as that, so that you won't make. I tell you, last time also I tried to put in different place. I tell you, I got a lot of funny formula. Okay, just whichever question you just change your Y1.